elsewhere. Davy Rogers is up. Rogers swings the left. Davy Rogers! What a goal by Davy Rogers!
Not one person in this stadium seen this coming halfway. You can see the guards behind the goal at the main stand. They will be investigating Shelbourne for robbery. They have absolutely mugged Príncipe United here at Tottenham.
Up and find the goal! Harry Wood, the jersey's off. 6 minutes to go. Look at that one! What a goal that is!
Hi folks, and welcome to another FAI talk, this time at lunchtime, and it's not out of nothing. We are here to cover the FAI Cup draw, so that is going to take place in the next 5 to 10 minutes, but we would like to anticipate, have a couple of discussions about what we can expect from the draw, what is at stake, what the cup means, let's say, in the wide sense of the Irish football for those who watch us from abroad. So it would be good to go through all these things before we actually see who is going to play against each other in the next in the next month. I think the games are taking place in June. So for that, I have John, who is a Cork City fan like myself. John, how are you, sir?
Good, thanks, man. How are you keeping?
Good.
That's good. That's good. Looking forward to this now. Yeah, hopefully we won't be too biased as two Cork City fans, but we'll do our best to cover it impartially anyway. No, look, I'm looking forward to the draw now. It's, you know, Drogheda United won it last year, who really struggled last year and were ninth place themselves. It's a real underdog. So now they're doing obviously really well this year, as a side note. But that just goes to show that, like, you know, it's true. The magic of the cup. Any team can win it, and so this first round now is going to be very key, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I just want to tell others, so if you know someone who's into the FAI Cup, the League of Ireland, or football as such, please share that they can join. We'll be here maybe for the next half an hour. If you like the kind of stuff you have been delivering for quite a good few months, please press on that button, like button below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'll be very grateful if you can do that. Let's jump into the action itself. So, any preference for you as a Cork City fan?
I suppose, like, you just want it to be, with no disrespect to any team, like, but I suppose you want it to be as easy as possible, so you've the best chance of getting into the next round. But equally, you know, it would be fantastic if we came up against a strong side as well, like a Shamrock Rovers or a Drogheda or a Derry or whatever. If we could come up against them and knock them out like early doors, it would be fantastic as well. So I think regardless, you know, if you get a smaller side, you're probably just kicking the can down the road. So maybe it's better to you know, get a really challenging tie and try your best to just knock them out early doors. Might be the best way to go, actually, you know.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the other factor that can be of a team's interest, and Cork is not an exception, I think, is to play at home, because, you know, people can make to the game. It's a game that is not like the League of Ireland games. It's a very specific, and people go because there's a lot at stake. This is a game that cannot just end up as a draw. The game will be there for the outcome. So, do you think we or, you know, each team can benefit from playing at home, or they'll be eager to see that at least they can avail from the home factor?
Yeah, certainly. I think you're correct there. Like, the home advantage plays a huge role, especially in the League of Ireland when there's such passionate fans in every ground. So I think whoever gets the opportunity to play at home will be much to the benefit of it, like, you know.
So we have people here asking us for Cornell. Yeah, he was meant to be with us, but he might be late. I know he has meetings in somewhere in England, so he might be stuck with those individuals. But he will do his best to be with us when the draw starts in 10 minutes from now. In terms of the teams in general, let's say in the League of Ireland, not just necessarily Cork, but which teams do you think are more keen to deliver in the FAI Cup?
It's a good question, like, because I've been banging the Sligo Rovers drum nearly all season now. I know they've really struggled so far, like Cork City, but I actually think their side is pretty underrated. I think they're definitely one to look out for in terms of do some damage in the FAI Cup. But I think Shamrock Rovers would be really eager to win it as well, because I think it's been a long time since they've actually won it. So yeah, it's been a long time since they've actually won it. Like, but I reckon there are two teams that I would be looking out for personally is Shamrock Rovers and yeah, you know, Sligo as well. The two Rover sides I think are two to look out for.
Yeah, and I think the other aspect that is of interest for a few good teams in the Ring of Ireland is that if you win the FAI Cup, then you secure a place in Europe. And let's say the likes of Derry City, who are somewhere in the middle, Bohemians, maybe they can access the European competitions just by winning the cup. So I would say they can also put some effort in succeeding in this competition.
I think Damien Duff's Shelbourne side would really be looking eager to do well as well, because they've had a very disappointing season so far. It's looking like it's going to be a tough task for them to get Europe, as you say. So yeah, they could be another side to watch out for.
Is there any team that may overlook the FAI Cup because they want to focus in the League of Ireland, so they may set it aside? They'll be there, but not with the dedication that you would expect.
It's a good question, yeah. I think every team will want to win it, but perhaps if you had to pick a team that would be like that, maybe Drogheda, because they've also got the Europe to deal with. They're pretty much challenging for the title as we speak, which is an amazing achievement in and of itself for a team with their budget. So maybe perhaps Drogheda will look at it and say, look, we've got Europe to focus on. We've got a title race. Maybe we already won this cup last year. Of course, they'll want to defend it, but maybe we can put this to the side a little bit. But I do think all 10 teams, and even every team in the first division as well, I do think everyone will be keen to win it, But it's obviously easier said than done to do that, isn't it?
We have a comment here that I think opens a lot of avenues. So it states, I think the cup suits first division teams more, especially with them being one-off games. And what are the chances of Dundalk? Because Dundalk, they have open road to be promoted, so they might be able to focus on the cup. Let's say if they reach the quarterfinals or the semifinals, because by that time maybe they are already nearly promoted. Is that something that maybe Dundalk can invest on if they see that the promotion is nearly settled?
Quite possibly, because there's a lot of talk that Dundalk are the best, first division side ever, the way they're playing at the moment. So there's a lot of talk that they're that good. Like, so this is their perfect time to prove it now. I'm also looking forward to see how Cove Ramblers do, because they've been performing really well in the first division this year. And I'm honestly scared as a Cork City fan that we might finish 9th and face them and lose, and that would just be the end of Cork City as a club, So, but like, no, I think Dundalk definitely will want to prove a point, that they are one of the best, if not the best, first division side ever. And if they really want to do that, why not go out and make a statement in the FAI Cup,
We have a comment here from our good friend John Brennan. Another show for once, lads. It's an exception. So please don't expect to happen every Thursday lunchtime. It's just for the cup. We can think of maybe do it a bit earlier, 5 or 6 p.m. But 12:30, I don't think it's great for most people who watch us. I wouldn't mind myself, but we need to think of the viewers as such. Just going back to the FAI Cup. So how much does the cup matters in the whole context of Irish football if you compare it to other countries like England, Europe? So what's the relevance of the cup if you think of other places?
It's a good question, actually, because we're seeing in England a lot more, and I'm sure Cornell would tell us this as well, that teams essentially are just, especially the big teams anyway, are just essentially putting B sides out for the both cups, and then if they get to the later stages, they'll maybe go a little bit strong. So I think it's different here in Ireland. I think the fact that we struggled to get to Europe, we struggle a bit to get into Europe because unfortunately, we don't have the same resources as other countries. Therefore, we do absolutely put a lot of stock in our cup competition because at the end of the day, only one side can win the Premiership. So it's a really good opportunity for a side to win a trophy. So I think we take it more seriously here than they probably do in the average country. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Do you think that if we start to if we see the launch of this third division, and let's say in 3-5 years, would there be room for a sort of Carabao Cup here in Ireland, given that there will be more teams?
Yeah, quite possibly. It's a good question, actually. I'd love to see that. I mean, the more cups, the merrier. But maybe at the same time, it still would only be 3 leagues, which isn't a huge amount compared to the 4 in England. So who knows? I mean, it would be fantastic. We've got to remember that in England as well, it's not like we would, even in the event of us having 3 leagues, it would only be we'd still only have 10 in our Premier Division, 10 in our First Division, and maybe a little more in the Third Division. I don't know. So whereas in England it's 20, 24 nearly, and 24, 24. So honestly, Vitor, I think it's very unlikely that we'll ever see that. But don't get me wrong, I'd absolutely love to see it.
Someone's asking, or John is asking, to bring back the EA Sports Cup. Maybe it's something to share with FAI.
Good idea, yeah.
Well, I want to ask you as well. I know you are a Cork man, but would you be eager to see a Dublin derby in the draw? And if yes, what's the reason for it?
Yeah, I mean, Dublin derbies, to be fair, are always very good affairs. They're always really good ties. So I'd be very eager to see that. Particularly Bows Rovers never really disappoints. So yeah, I think that'd be interesting to see. Definitely, yeah, 100%.
It also has the advantage for us Cork fans that one is out. So
exactly, that's exactly it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because the Dublin sides are very strong at the moment, so it would be great to have one of them out. Yeah.
So John is also sending some provocative thoughts here. I think the two of you would like the Cork tie, Cork City versus the Cork City B team, Cove. I'm not sure if you'll be that happy.
Yeah, the B team that might beat us even.
Yes. Yeah. I would be surprised. Yeah. That'll be some embarrassment, especially if they beat us at home. I tell you, it's not that I'm fine, but I can digest every time that Cork loses away. I mean, I go to most of the games here in Dublin, but if Cork loses at home, for me, it's like a knife in my heart. I hate it.
Yeah, I know. I can relate to that because I'm quite far. No, I'm not as far as you, but I'm still a little bit away from the stadium, so I can relate to that. Yeah.
If you would be given 2 choices, John, as a Cork City fan, and the first is City wins the cup, but it's relegated, and the other is City doesn't win the cup but stays in the league in the Premier Division, what would you choose?
Your questions are absolutely on fire today. Really, but
it's lunchtime. Yeah.
Yeah, you're nice and sharp. Yeah. I would honestly say, and I know I think there'd be split opinions. I think some would disagree with me. I would go for the stay up and we don't win the cup, purely for the fact that I think our survival in the league this season will, us going down would set us back 2 to 3 years. Us staying up could potentially boost us another few years. I look at the likes of Gennaro Daniels, who's playing so well. There's not a hope we're going to keep him if we get relegated, and if we build on, we build on, and like if we stay up, we have the chance to build on and potentially launch a side that could maybe get mid-table to even challenge for Europe next year. However, if we go down, it's, as I say, it's setting us back 2 to 3 years. So as much as I'd absolutely love a trophy and a trip up to the Aviva, I just have to say, I think staying up is more important at this stage. But I'd be interested, any Cork City fans or anyone else, like, please, you know, for your own club, please let us know down in the comments, what would you do? Because I think that's a really good question. But yeah, personally, I would go for stay up and stay up, and we unfortunately don't win the cup. Yeah. What would you go for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very tough question, because both scenarios have good aspects and bad aspects. The only thing that will probably lead me towards winning the cup is the idea of supporting Cork City abroad. You know, I haven't done that. Travel to, I don't know, Bosnia or to Iceland, with a Cork City jersey. I think that would be fascinating. Maybe I'm just thinking about the travel, and that would be it. But the whole idea that we'll be playing overseas, you know, it really amuses me. But I know that could be short-term satisfaction. But let's say we could be knocked out in the first or the second round, and then being first division. So
exactly, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and maybe that European money, we could attract a few players. Who knows? So it's one I'd pass and turn on, definitely. Yeah.
Is Turner's Cross ready for the European competitions?
Yeah, we played there a few years ago, so it would be, yeah. But maybe if we got into like the later stages, they might have to do games in Páirc Uí Chaoimh then. But like it'd be grand for like the first few rounds, yeah.
Have you watched any games there with the European teams, or?
I personally haven't, no. But you know, when they won the league a few years ago, I watched. I remember watching one against, I think, an Icelandic team on TV. But I never, unfortunately, that like the game was completely sold out back in like 2017. So unfortunately, I never got to actually, watch it in person. I would have loved to, but yeah, it was on TV. So
yeah, hopefully soon. And I didn't know that if we wouldn't play Turner's Cross, we wouldn't have to play in Dublin. We can still play in Cork, in the other one, in the big. That's a bit better.
The GA Stadium, which is only like very near to Turner's Cross, is honestly, it's one of the best stadiums in Ireland. So we have no problem playing there. Like the Irish women's team often play there. Our good friend Avi Fancy. So yeah.
So I think the women's draw is about to start, so they will be first, the ladies first.
Brilliant.
And we'll try to follow. I'm not really familiar with the situation when it comes to the female teams. Is there anything you want to highlight on that regard?
Yeah, I mean, I was at the Cork City women's against DLR Waves a few weeks ago with Dylan, and I was pretty impressed by the standard, you know, for two teams that are very low down in the league. Unfortunately, the most Cork City thing ever, we managed to give DLR Waves their first point of the season, which was really frustrating. But there was some genuine good football on show that day. So yeah, I think at the moment Athlone is the top team in the women's division at the moment. So they're the team to avoid for everyone else, really. That's my main insight I could give. But I think I would encourage people to support the women's game as much as you can, because it is certainly on the rise, like, in my opinion, you know.
Yeah, so I can see there are 16 teams: Athlone, Bohemians, Cork City, DLR, Ferns, Galway, Newbridge, Piedmont, Shamrock Rovers, Shelbourne, Sligo, Terranur, Treaty, Waterford, Wexford, and Whitehall. So it's already 16. Let's see what happens with these. I guess it's just one game. It's not a 2 games kind of thing, no?
Yes, just one. I'm pretty sure it's just one. Yeah.
That makes more sense, because I remember a few years back they had 2 games, and that was very exhausting, you know, for the lads. Like, on top of the league, need to play, and then on the first game they don't put a lot of effort because they didn't know it's just the first chapter, so it was never that competitive. So I'm very in favor of the idea of one game, and this is it. And if they could go to penalty shootout after the 90 minutes, I think that would be ideal.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, definitely agree.
Yeah. So it's about to start. So we'll tell you guys. So what's the draw? I think the games are starting. Are scheduled for June. We have just one more question here or comment from John Brennan. John, will you win the hurling Saturday night? This is really your question.
Well, look, I don't want to get into obviously I'm wearing a GA shirt, but I don't know what, John. Hopefully. Hopefully.
When is the game?
Saturday night at 6 o'clock. Yeah. So,
yeah. Okay, so the draw. Sorry. The draw is starting. So first team we have is Wexford. So Wexford will play at home.
Right.
Wexford. Let's see who is traveling to Wexford. And we have Bohemians. So first one, Wexford facing Bohemians. That's
going to be
first game. Now we have Cork City. It's us. So we play home.
That's good start, yeah.
Good start, yeah. And who are we hosting? So that is Piedmont. Is it Piedmont or Palmont? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Piedmont. Yeah. Yeah, you were right. Wow,
I don't know where is Piedmont, but to be honest, where is Piedmont?
That would be a Dublin side, I'm fairly sure. Unless I've made a massive error there, I'm fairly sure that's a Dublin side. Yeah. Which is that's going to be I don't know.
Treaty Ferns. Treaty Ferns, yeah. Newbridge. It's going pretty quick. Yeah.
Oh, Piedmont is in Newbridge, is it?
No. Piedmont is Dublin. Is north towards the airport. Newbridge, Whitehall. So that's a Leicester derby.
Yes, correct. Kildare team. Yeah.
Shelbourne, with our good friend who was with us few days back. Shelbourne, Galway. That's a good one.
Yeah. Well, that is a good one. To be fair, yeah. Interesting.
Athlone, the top favorites. So who will have the honor to travel to the top team? Turner is here, Dublin. I used to live there.
Oh, very good.
What's next? There are only 4 left. DLR, Shamrock, Sligo, Waterford. Shamrock Rovers, that's another tough team to visit.
Yeah.
That's Waterford. Good game.
Yeah.
The last DLR or Sligo, just need to see who plays at home.
Right.
And that's Sligo.
Right. But that's journey for Dundee right now.
Has DLR Dunleary? I didn't know that.
DLR is Dunleary, yeah. Yeah.
My neighbors.
Yeah.
So John's comment, hard draw for Cork. Piedmont, a good side, as far as I know.
I think they're pretty good, to be fair, yeah.
So just to recap, we have Wexford, Bohemian, Cork City, Piedmont, Treaty, Ferns, Newbridge, Whitehall, Shelbourne, Galway, Athlone, Territor, Shamrock, Waterford, and Sligo, DLR. So guys, who are watching us, any take on these games, anyone we should watch, any action you want to highlight, who should be happy, who should be concerned here?
Yeah, I think Piedmont are up towards the top of the table, so that's going to be a tough draw. But at least there's home advantage. But obviously, I want to focus on other teams as well. Yeah, I think it's pretty. I think it's a draw that like most teams shouldn't be too dissatisfied with. Who did Athlone get actually? Did you see?
Athlone, they play. Can't remember now. Another play at home. I need to go back here.
Sorry if you can. No problem.
No, I can find it. Athlone is facing Turner.
Right. Okay, that's in it. That'll be an interesting one. They'll be the favourites for that anyway. But yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes now.
So the games, I think they are taking place in June, and we'll see, because now some teams are doing pretty well, some not at all, and a lot will change, especially with the break. Just before we get into the men's draw, anything you would expect from the break in terms of impact on the League of Ireland?
Yeah, like it's I think maybe the break has come at a good time for a lot of teams, like because it's been full on this season. It's been, honestly, I think it's been one of the best seasons I can think of in recent memory. Like, such a good roster of teams. Only big team really missing is Dundalk. Like, so I think so. Yeah, for that reason, I think all teams can be pretty happy with the fact that, like, you know, it is the break now, and no, I think the breaks can be a good time for everyone, to be honest.
Yeah, I think especially for us, like, even all the injuries and the fact that we changed coach, maybe now, you know, our new man in charge can revisit what's happening and, you know, take the time to understand the squad and implement strategy.
Exactly.
And I like that our first game is actually here in Dublin, that we play Tawat. I like that because it will boost us. It's not only coming back, we're going to play. And I know Cork gets motivated when facing top teams. So we might get a result there.
Yeah, 100%. That's very true. Yeah, and at least you'll be able to go and watch that game as well. So yeah, it's brilliant.
Actually, yeah, my sister will be here, and my brother-in-law. So I told them there's no way we're going to go anywhere else that Friday night. So it's good, you know. I think it's good for Portuguese people to see Irish football even as a cultural event. Like, how is it football in another country? I would be happy if I'll be a football fan, and both of them are football fans, to see what's the crack in Ireland, or I don't know, wherever I'm traveling.
Fair play to you. Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, no, absolutely get people interested in it. It's nothing better. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have no other chance than cheering for Cork City. Otherwise,
I love it.
I won't get them tickets.
Great stuff. That's brilliant.
Are you planning to come to the game as well?
Very unlikely, because it's kind of a long trip up. But if I can get anybody to go with me, who knows? Maybe, yeah. But yeah, I think it's probably unlikely. Like, I'd love to visit Tala. It's a serious stadium, to be fair. But I think it's a bit of a spin, like, you know.
Now, on another topic, we are being asked, are we playing the charity game that he saw it advertised? Are you, John? Or
I will be. Yeah, I will be indeed. Yeah, really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to, but again, for family reasons, I have people coming over throughout the summer. So the game is on the 9th, and my parents are arriving 3 or 4 days after. So I cannot afford to be away, because I need to get everything settled. And we all know, like, parents are parents. You need to prioritize them, especially as they age.
Yeah, definitely.
So the draw is on the way. I think to start in 2 to 3 minutes. Can't remember how many teams are in the draw. I'd say also 16, or I'm saying something wrong here.
Yeah. So there's 10 in the Premier Division, and I suppose, is there 8 in the First Division?
Yeah, there's 8, so that's 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be eager to see, like, what's the motivation for this. I think at start, maybe some teams won't show the same level of interest, because they will focus on their own leagues. But as you approach the final, let's say you get to quarterfinal, you start to think that you might win it. And as a matter of fact, I believe that if the squad and the staff, they can start to smell the cup, then they will take it with different passion, because they believe that they can make it. But at the beginning, it's always like, yeah, we play these games and see what happens.
Yeah, that's so true. It's just going to be a really interesting tie, I think. Like, it's the magic of the cup. I mean, I remember last year Kerry nearly beat Bows. They brought them to extra time. Like, that's the kind of stuff you see in this cup. So like it's going to be, I think it's going to be another good year, hopefully.
Comment from Ronan Murphy, UCC going all the way. Is UCC in the cup?
I didn't realize that they're applying for. They are applying to, you know, be in the new division. So who knows? Maybe they are. I should know because I'm a student, but yeah,
they are. I just checked actually. I just about.
All right.
It's on the screen. So we have 32 teams. So Athlon, Bangor, Bohemians, Bray, Castlebar, Cove, Cork, Crumlin, Derry, Drogheda, Dundalk, Fairview, Finn Harps, Galway, Kerry, Kevesser, Leicester, Longford, Salthill, Shamrock, Shelbourne, Sligo, St. Michael's, St. Mochte, if I pronounce it correctly, St. Patrick's, Tolka, Treaty, UCC, UCD, Waterford, Wayside, and Wexford. So there's still a good few teams in the cup.
I guess I should be supporting UCC really so as a student, but we'll see. Yeah.
There are a few non-league clubs in the draw. So
Yeah.
John, yeah, good few.
Correct.
Few.
But, yeah, there.
How many teams we have from Cork here? Just look at it. So we have Cork City, we have Cove, we have UCC. I'm just testing my Cork knowledge here.
Two, yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember any others being called out unless I missed them yet. Ringmahon might be in it soon after getting their 3 million for Queevy and Kelleher.
And I think they were knocked out. Yeah, I remember them. Yeah. Yeah, they are gone. Yeah. Are you doing exams now, or?
I'm finished now, thankfully. Yeah. With about 3 weeks, I suppose. So, yeah.
It's a lot of pressure, no?
Yeah, it is, to be fair. Like, good bit of work, but you know, I suppose at least I'm not one of these part-time footballers, part-time exam people. That's students. That's tough, but yeah, I know. Got through them anyway, so not too bad.
So you are done for the summer?
Yeah, I'm not up to much at the moment, really, for the summer. I need to, I'm just on the job hunt, so any employers out there, hire me, please. That's kind of the crack.
Yeah. Employers, put your comments below or share your contact details. Yeah. What sort of job are you looking for?
I suppose I'd love a retail job, like in behind the till or something like that. That just something kind of easy going would be nice. But you know, I'm open to a lot of stuff other than like hospitality industry. You know, like in a kitchen or something. I've learned that is not for me. I've tried it now a few times and it's not for me.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Yeah, why you think it's not a good suit? I'm just interested. From a personality perspective, yeah.
Thanks, yeah. I just really struggle with it. Like it's like I just found the work very difficult, to be honest. So like I've been in 2 kitchens now, and both times it wasn't a good fit, to be honest, at all. So yeah. So
the draw just started. I think I missed the first, but I'll try to get it back. I think Rovers, they were the first team to be picked, so you know, no wonder. Yeah. So where is it? So we have missing here. So we have Dundalk, Sligo.
Okay.
Robbie Brady is doing the draw. Dundalk, Sligo. That's an interesting one. Fairview Rangers from Dublin. Oh, that's a good one. Shamrock Rovers, Wexford, John. Thoughts on that one?
That's going to be an interesting one. You know, Rovers are clear favourites, but you just never know with the cup. So.
Okay, Fairview, still waiting for the opponent. Fairview, Shelbourne. So that's a Dublin derby. Cork City will play home. Okay, who is traveling to Turner's Cross? That's Leicester Celtic.
Okay.
Where are those guys from? I haven't heard. Like, forgive me, Leicester fans, but I haven't heard.
Honestly, I'm the same. Don't worry at all. I actually have never heard myself, which is bad on my end as well. But I really have never heard.
Check.
How do you spell it?
Leicester, like the Leicester in England, the guys who won the cup or the league many years ago.
Now myself, yeah, I didn't know Leicester were playing in England now. Yeah, no, I'd never heard them, honestly.
So I just checked. It's a Dublin team.
Ah, okay.
Rathfarnham, that's Dublin 14.
Ah, right.
Okay, we have Brave Wanderers, Wayside Celtic. So, like in theory, we have easy draws for Bryant and Cork. Now we have Kerry.
Kerry home, right? You could be happy with that.
Kerry Athlone. That's a good one.
That's a good game. That's a really good game. Yeah. It's going to be tight.
Pats play at home. I think they'll put a lot of effort on the cup.
Yeah, they'll have to. They've nothing else left, really.
UCC is traveling all the way to Inchicore.
Hey, come on, UCC. Right, interesting.
Salt Hill from Galway. And they play St. Michael's. So two teams from the non-league spectrum.
Interesting. That's good that at least one will be getting through anyway.
Yep. Galway. Okay, Galway plays at home, which is always tough for the visitor. Tolka. Galway Tolka.
Right.
Now we have Bangor Celtic. Cove Ramblers. So Cove are traveling all the way to Bangor.
It's a fair travel, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Castlebar, another non-league team.
Right, yeah.
They play Longford.
Right. Well, Longford are really struggling, so who knows? But, you know, they will be favourites.
They would, yeah. Key Leicester plays home. Still a couple of League of Ireland teams. Drogheda, Derry, Bohemian. They play Bohemian.
Ah, well, yeah, the League of Ireland teams are getting fairly nice draws. You know, there's not been much close ones so far, I would say. But, yeah, who knows what could happen.
Yeah, it would be good to see some underdogs.
It would,
setting.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Waterford plays St. Mochta. Mochta. How you pronounce that? Mochta?
Mochta, yeah, you're spot on, actually. Yeah. Kind of a
Treaty
name like Covis, I'd say.
Treaty plays Derry. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Keane. Yeah.
Comments, guys. I know there are Treaty fans watching us.
Yeah.
And another fair draw for the League of Ireland team. Drogheda plays Kremlin. So,
right.
Yeah, so a lot of games between League of Ireland teams and non-league. So we have Shamrock, Wexford, Dundalk, Sligo, Fairview, Shelbourne, Cork, Leicester, Finn, Arps, UCD, Bray, Wayside, Kerry, Athlone, Pats, UCC, Salt Hill, St. Michael's, Galway, Tolka, Bangor, Cove, Castlebar, Longford, Key Wester, Bohemian, Waterford, St. Mochta, Treaty, Derry, Drogheda, Kremlin. I would highlight Dundalk, Sligo, and also Treaty, Derry. I think they are like the two, let's say, two top. And I was also Shamrock, Wexford. Let's not underestimate that one.
No, there's some good ones in there, to be honest. Good draws there. Yeah.
John is saying the two women teams got impossible draws. It's so rigged. Yeah, we all know these things can sound a bit fishy, but I think they are transparent at the end of the day. Right, so yeah, the draw is finished. So guys, put your comments in the chat box. We'll pick them sooner than later. We won't have a show tonight, I think, because Cornell is not around, and we're also struggling with availability. But we'll be back to the Thursday schedule probably in 2 weeks, because there is a break next week. So we also will be away. But we expect to go back with additional LOI insights. I think we have a couple of good guests in the pipeline. So I suggest everyone to stay tuned, because there's a lot of quality content to be shared with you guys. So stay around. John, thanks very much for
Peter, always a pleasure. Thank you.
Diving in, and stay in touch. And guys, if you enjoyed this show, award us a thumbs up, subscribe, share, all that good stuff that is under the video itself. Press those 3 buttons below, and I will see you very soon. Okay, take care, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, Vitor.
Bye.
Bye.